Hey everyone. So right now we're heading towards the end of April and I'm gonna try to get this video uploaded as quickly as I can. So you'll excuse me if the presentation for this video is gonna be sort of rough around the edges because I just decided to do this yesterday and I wanna make sure I can get this video uploaded as soon as I can because I want to let you guys know that right now, towards the end of April, you can actually catch the alignment of some of the planets within our solar system. And I believe that you can catch Mars, Venus, Jupiter, and Saturn in sort of an alignment. And I decided I'm going to try early tomorrow morning because I think I can even squeeze the moon into my shot. So I want to take a moment to actually talk about what I'm going to bring tomorrow early in the morning because I think that this is a good opportunity to talk about how you should be how you should be packing for your dark side visit. Now, I'm not going to a dark side at all. I'm actually just going as high up as I can to a place called Twin Peaks in San Francisco because I want to make sure that I have a clear view to the horizon because the alignment of the planet is going to be really low to the horizon and it's going to happen just right before dawn. So you're going to have a very short time window to catch the alignment before the sun rises and sort of wash out the sky. So with that being said, you got to do a lot of planning, and I want to make sure that I get a chance to talk about how I'm planning for tonight. And I'm going to start by talking about the way or the thought process behind the way I pack my equipment. Now, those of you that know me would categorize me as an overpacker, as in for a weekend trip, I pack for 2 weeks. And I was doing that early on in the hobby when I would go out to dark sites, and that I do exactly just that. I would pack enough equipment for essentially 2 to 3 people, and I've come to realize that that's not a good way to go about it because, in my experience, number one, it's really easy to lose your stuff out in a dark side because your vision is going to be compromised because you can't see anything. Number two, because of that, because of the compromised vision, and a lot of times you're going to feel rushed when you're out in a dark side. So you end up rushing through your setup, and believe it or not, you end up breaking some crucial equipment. And number three, you want to make sure that you bring just enough to get your session going, but not more so that you run the risk of, either, like I mentioned, either losing things or damaging things. And or if you go out with other people within a group, it's very easy for one of us to accidentally take a random adapter that you end up needing, or vice versa, or I take somebody else's crucial piece of equipment. So I've learned to just pack exactly what I need for the session that I'm heading out for. So with that being said, I want to walk you through the equipment that I'm going to be bringing. So obviously, I'm going to have my camera and optics, and I'm going to make sure that I have a dummy battery attached to my camera so that I can use a battery pack instead of just relying on a single camera battery, which, believe it or not, tends to die at the most inconvenient time. Secondly, I'm going to make sure that I have a memory card in there. Now, I haven't used this memory card yet, but typically I like to keep my memory card inside the camera and I never take them out because it's a good, well, number one, it's a good way to store and keep my memory card safe. And I don't like to go from one memory card from one camera to another camera because you end up dealing with formatting issues, and I just don't want to deal with that. Obviously, you want to make sure that you have a battery pack for your camera, and you want to make sure that you have the appropriate adapter or wire to connect your battery pack to your dummy battery. And then, because I want to have as little physical contact with my camera once it's all set up, I'm going to be using an intervalometer that will work with my camera. And also, you want to make sure that you have batteries in your intervalometer. And then I want to make sure that I have my adapter for my tripod and make sure that they fit and they work. Yeah, obviously bring your tripod. And so as far as like, capturing the moment, that's all I'm going to bring tonight. I hope I'm not forgetting anything, but I can't think of any other thing that I need to bring with me as far as just capturing the picture. I'm going to have my headlamp with me, and the one that I use has both normal white light and the red light. Also, I'm going to have my lantern with me, and this too will have a normal white light and a red light. So really, it's actually a lot more useful to have a lantern with you. And I'm going to transport all of this in my very very old Canon camera bag. And because I'm not doing any deep sky object photography, I don't need to bring a tracker with me, so that saves a lot more space and planning. And the last thing I'm going to say before I start packing it all up for nighttime, well, actually for tomorrow morning, is to make sure that everything that you're going to bring with you, they connect to one another, they power on. Your intervalometer, it's able to control your camera, and it's able to facilitate the session and the sequencing that you want through the intervalometer. You just want to make sure that everything is connected and powers on, and it works as planned, so that when you get to the dark side, all you need to do is set up. You don't need to figure out what doesn't work and what works. So now we just have to wait for early tomorrow morning. And also, I hope the clouds will stay away. But this is sort of a once in a, well, I don't know when the next alignment is going to happen, or if the fact that the moon will be in the frame. But I hope that tonight works out. If not, I don't know how much longer I have to wait for the next opportunity to capture the alignment of the planets. So it's about 11:30 right now at night. I had a good tennis practice, got some good food with friends, and it's if you're an athlete and you're watching this, there's nothing better than having a good practice and then getting some good food right after that. That feeling is sublime. But then after that comes the dread because then you're full and you're exhausted and you sit down on the couch like I am right now and you don't want to move. It sort of feels like death. But now comes the dilemma of every astronomer. Do you stay up for your event or do you take a risk, go to sleep, and try to wake up super early? I normally don't sleep very much. It's actually hard for me to go to sleep. I think it's almost impossible for me to go to sleep before 1 a.m. anyways. So staying up would not be the end of the world. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Yeah. Man, I really hope that YouTube is doing these colors justice. It's I think it's close to 5:30. Is it? Let me just see. It's actually 5:40 in the morning right now. I've been out here since maybe 4 a.m. You can hear that my camera's going off. I'm just trying to find that one frame that I think will be pretty awesome. But there's a particular reason why I picked tonight to come out here. By the way, I'm up on Twin Peaks. If you live in the San Francisco or the Bay Area, you know where I am. I deliberately picked this spot because as Jupiter is rising up above the horizon, it's going to stay low on the horizon, and soon after that, the sun is going to come up, and so I have a very limited window to capture. I feel like getting out of the frame so you guys can see the colors for a little bit. Yeah, so I decided that I want to come up to a spot where it's high up, so I can look down at the horizon. And I want to make sure that I have a view to the east. So I got out here at 4 a.m., set up, and then waited for Jupiter to rise up high enough. And yeah, I've never done any sort of night scape photography, and so I have no idea if this is gonna turn out well. If it turns out decent, you guys will be the first to see it. If it turns out crappy, you guys will also be the first to see it. But I guess the message here that I'm trying to say to you guys is that regardless of the end result, don't focus on that, but instead focus on the process, focus on the excitement, focus on the anticipation, because, you know, strangely enough, this never happens in San Francisco. When there's an astronomical event and we have clear skies, I feel I should get out of the frame again just so you guys can see the colors. I mean, look at these colors. And I don't think that I'm gonna have a decent picture because I've never done this before. And also, you know, San Francisco has tons of light pollution. But I'm willing to bet that planets being as bright as they are, I'm still gonna be able to see them. So that's why I decided to just stay in the city and take this chance. And I also deliberately picked tonight because if I was able to frame my picture correctly, then I think I should be able to get the moon in the picture, and the moon should be sort of aligned with the rest of the planets as well. So I'm super excited to share how this session turned out. Obviously, I'm exhausted. I've been up since practically 8 a.m. yesterday. I'm so tired that I just came out here with pajamas and a ski jacket. And also there was a ton of people earlier stopping me and asking me what I'm doing. There was this kid asking me about what I used to do, and I told him that I used to do science, and now I'm doing astrophotography. So that was odd that 4 a.m. in the morning or 5 a.m. in the morning, there's this many people up here. But it's kind of cool to see that there are other people who are interested in what I'm doing with my camera. I'm just pointing it up at the night sky and talking to another camera by myself. So anyways, I'm super tired. I don't know if anything I'm saying right now makes any sense. I'm just gonna let this session, whatever it is, to keep doing what it's doing, and then I'm gonna pack up and go home. But I hope that you guys enjoy this video, and I hope that I'm gonna try to edit this as soon as I can and upload it so that you guys will have a chance to still capture the planetary alignment. And I think it's gonna last until the end of April or maybe even early May. You just gotta get up super early to capture it. Anyways, I'm just gonna walk away and let you enjoy the color of the skies. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Clear skies, and I guess good morning. See you guys.